What it do, YouTube, bro? Today we're reacting to How to Deal with a Karen by venting everybody. This has been requested by this one person, and I promised them that I would do this, so we're gonna do it now. All right, let's get into it.
Karens. Most of us have dealt with a Karen at one point in our lives, screaming at us, asking to speak to a manager. But what's the best way to deal with a Karen? Well, let me tell you a story on how I got the ultimate revenge on a raging Karen. It happened while on a Carnival cruise ship. I'm chilling in a hot tub.
Hold on. Let me turn on the volume for y'all. All right.
With one other adult and 3 children. The kids start splashing one another, and at first I'm sipping my pina colada like, they're just having fun. Then they kept splashing, and I'm like, all right, f this. So I say, children, stop. At first they did, but kids have the attention span of a gerbil on Skittles, so I just went back to splashing. That's when I cut my hands and pushed as much water as I could into one of the kids' faces. He starts crying because he's a little bitch, or because I pushed a gallon of chlorine in his eyes. Either way, he starts screaming, and his mom, who apparently is the other adult...
No, the kids are so annoying though sometimes, man. Well, shit.
In the hot tub says, "Did you just hit my child?" I said, "No, ma'am. The water hit your child." She starts cursing me out, saying, "Do you know who I am? I can get you thrown off this boat." Now, under most circumstances, I would try to de-escalate this situation. But I'm on vacation, and I don't give a f***. So I proceed to viciously make fun of this woman. "Ma'am, I was under the impression that fat people had big tits. What happened? Did God punish you with both ugly kids and the body of a manatee? And how are you going to get me thrown off this boat?"
The curse of being ugly and the body of a manatee is fucking wild.
Oh, bribe the captain with a hand job from your sausage fingers? Needless to say, she didn't take it very well and gets out of the hot tub screaming for a manager. Fortunately, I'm an expert in talking to staff. So a crew member comes over and says what seems to be the problem. The wild Karen starts going off on how I hit her kid and she wants to be thrown off the boat. Staff member then asks me what happened. I said, "I am very sorry you have to deal with this today. You see, I was relaxing in the hot tub when this woman's kids kept splashing me and I asked them to stop." The wild Karen says, "That's not what happened. He's lying." And I said, "Sir, this woman is quite hysterical. I can leave if that works best for you." The Karen screams, "No, I want him thrown off this boat." That's when I turned to her kid and said, "You got water in your eyes, right?" And he goes, "Yeah." I said, "That's why you're crying, right?" And he goes, "Yeah." I go, "See, they were splashing water, some got into his eyes, and their mother got very upset." Karen starts yelling, "You're a piece of shit. I'm gonna get you thrown off this boat." She's screaming even louder now, and I'm just sitting there smirking, drinking my pina colada. Eventually, more staff come and escort her off the pool deck, and I was like, what a great way to start my vacation. But the Karen wasn't finished. You see, a normal person would take the L, walk away, then proceed to enjoy the rest of their vacation. But not a Karen. No. A Karen will ruin their own lives just to try to hurt somebody else's. So this all happened day 1 of the cruise, and there were 4 days left. Now, the ship was quite large. It had a passenger capacity of 3,600, so you don't bump into people often. But I did see the Karen 2 more times. The first time was at the casino. Now, I'm not a gambler, unless you count spoon-feeding drinks into a girl with daddy issues, but I'm with my friends that are playing
That's wild.
blackjack. That's when the wild Karen passes by with her kids. At first she doesn't recognize me, but a few seconds later she says, "You're the one that hit my kids." And I can't tell you how excited that made me. You see, I have this superpower where I can make anyone absolutely furious. I try not to use this power, but like the Hulk getting angry, sometimes I lose control. So I say to her, "Is that you, fatty? Oh, I didn't recognize you without your sunglasses covering that walrus of a face." She immediately starts screaming, "How dare you, you piece of shit! You have any idea who I am? Security!" By this point, everyone in a 20-foot radius has stopped and is just looking at us, which only makes me happier because I knew they'd have a good story to tell after this. So security comes, and again, they're trying to calm her down. But this time, I took a little initiative. I tapped one of the security officers, and right in front of the Karen said, "Hey, I'm really sorry you have to deal with this, but this woman appears to be quite inebriated and keeps making threats towards me." The Karen says, you little piece of shit." Then security grabbed her arm, and I'm not gonna lie, I got aroused. She starts screaming, "Get your hands off me! It's not me! It's him!" Security then escorts her out of the casino as I'm looking at my buddy saying, "Bet you didn't think you'd be this lucky today." The last time I bumped into the Karen was day 4 of the cruise, and it was... oh, perfect. They had an adult game show where it was guys versus girls. So I'm on stage with 4 other guys and 5 girls. We're doing silly games like jump through hula hoop and playing leapfrog, but the last game was dirty dancing, where the team with the dirtiest dance wins. So the girls go first, and their shit was wild. They go off into the crowd, showing off their best stripper moves, and that's when I noticed the Karen in the audience. So when it was the guy's turn, I take off my shirt, go up to the Karen, and start grinding in front of her. And I have never seen someone with such rage in their eyes. She's yelling, but the music and the crowd are so loud, no one is paying attention. And And I'm just laughing, slowly caressing my nipples, giving her a I won look. I go back to the stage with the other guys, and I can hear the Karen in the crowd huffing and puffing. At first, everyone thinks it's from excitement, but then she stands up and starts screaming. The MC, who was having none of it, gets on the mic and says, "Someone remove that drunk bitch." Security comes, and as they're forcing her to leave, I start to slow clap, which causes the audience to start applauding. And as I'm watching her get dragged away as the audience cheers, I start to get a little teary because I had never seen something so beautiful. Anyway, that's my favorite experience with a Karen. Have you guys had any experiences with a wild Karen? Please let me know down in the comments.
Okay.
And just remember, as long as you stay calm, a Karen will be angry. You know what you wanted.
That was fire. That was fire, though. If y'all did like it, bro, please subscribe to this channel, bro, and I'll see y'all, bro. Peace.
You hold me close, I ride away, my head lays on your thigh.